You'll never lower creatinine if you keep skipping these 5 foods. Seniors, beware. Are you trying to lower your creatinine but still avoiding certain foods that could actually help your kidneys recover? Many people, especially seniors, often make the mistake of removing beneficial foods from their diets simply out of fear or confusion, without realizing that these choices might be slowing down their kidney repair. Food can either stress the kidneys or support them, and unfortunately, the wrong choices, even when well-intended, can keep your creatinine levels higher than they need to be. It's not just about avoiding bad foods, it's also about making sure you include the ones that support your kidney function. Have you ever wondered how much of an impact a simple change in your meals could make? Creatinine is a waste substance that forms naturally when muscles break down energy for movement, and healthy kidneys remove it through urine. When kidneys start struggling, creatinine can build up in your blood silently. This buildup doesn't always come with pain or symptoms right away, especially in older adults. That's one reason why so many seniors are caught off guard when lab results show reduced kidney performance. Did your last checkup mention a high creatinine reading? Nutrition isn't just about feeling full, it's about feeding your organs the right building blocks to function well. According to researchers at Johns Hopkins and the Mayo Clinic, making specific food choices can lower creatinine, improve filtration rate, and even slow the long-term damage caused by chronic kidney disease. But only if you are eating the right things and avoiding common mistakes. In this video, you'll learn about 5 foods many people mistakenly avoid, even though they may help reduce creatinine naturally. Every food we talk about will be supported by current medical understanding and adjusted specifically for the needs of older adults. Let's start with one of the most colorful healing roots that often gets ignored in kidney diets: beets. Beets are often misunderstood when it comes to kidney health, especially among seniors trying to lower their creatinine levels. Many people avoid them entirely just because of their color or because someone told them they are high in potassium. But the truth is, beets can actually help the kidneys when used the right way. They are naturally rich in dietary nitrates, which the body converts into nitric oxide. This nitric oxide helps widen blood vessels, allowing for smoother and more efficient blood flow through the kidneys. Better blood circulation means your kidneys can do a better job filtering out waste like creatinine. Have you ever tried beets before, or are you one of the many who skip them out of caution? 1 cup of cooked beets contains about 250 milligrams of natural nitrates, which can make a real difference in your blood pressure and renal circulation. This same serving has around 305 milligrams of potassium, which is considered moderate. That means it can be safely enjoyed by most people with stage 2 kidney disease and even some with stage 3, as long as it is part of a balanced diet. Seniors with more advanced kidney disease should still monitor total daily potassium, but that does not mean they need to eliminate beets completely. In fact, removing too many healthy foods often leads to worse outcomes. Beets also contain compounds called betanin and betalains. These act as antioxidants and reduce inflammation in the kidneys, which is especially important because chronic kidney disease is often linked with hidden inflammation. Studies from the Cleveland Clinic and National Kidney Foundation have pointed out how oxidative stress worsens kidney damage. Antioxidants like those found in beets can interrupt that cycle. Have you ever had your inflammation markers checked along with your creatinine levels? As a doctor who has worked with kidney patients for 15 years, I have seen how adding small amounts of beets can gradually lower creatinine levels by about 0.2 to 0.4 points over a few months. That effect becomes more noticeable when paired with proper hydration, light walking, and reduced sodium intake. I always tell my patients that no food works in isolation. It is how you combine habits that makes the biggest difference. Beets are not a cure, but they are a tool that many people overlook. Now, if you are new to beets or unsure how to start, I suggest beginning with just half a cup 2 to 4 times a week. That way, your body can adjust slowly and you are not overloading on potassium. Cooked or roasted beets are safer than raw ones, especially for seniors. Raw beet juice can concentrate potassium, and drinking full glasses may put extra strain on compromised kidneys. A better option is to dilute just 2 ounces of beet juice with water. This keeps the nitrate benefit without the potassium spike. For a simple and tasty recipe, try a kidney-safe roasted beet salad. Take 2 medium beets, peel and dice them, and roast them at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 35 minutes. Toss with 1 tablespoon of olive oil, a splash of lemon juice, and a salt-free seasoning like Mrs. Dash. Serve it over arugula or another low-potassium green. Not only does this make a colorful plate, but it also gives you a good mix of fiber, antioxidants, and flavor. When shopping for beets, look for ones with smooth, firm skin. If they feel soft or have bruises, they may already be going bad. Organic beets are usually a better choice since non-organic options may carry pesticide residue, which can add stress to kidneys over time. If you are short on time, pre-cooked vacuum-packed beets like the ones from Love Beets are fine. Just make sure to check the label. Some brands add vinegar or salt, and that extra sodium can work against your efforts. One of the biggest mistakes I see is people going all in and drinking full glasses of beet juice every day. That is too much for most older kidneys to handle. Another issue is buying pickled beets, which are often loaded with sodium unless specifically labeled no salt added. Sodium can cause fluid retention and put extra pressure on the kidneys. Also, some people stop eating beets because they notice their urine turning red or pink. That reaction is harmless and does not mean your kidneys are bleeding. It is just the natural pigment passing through your system. Have you made any of these mistakes with beets before? Drop a comment below and let me know how you are using them now, or if you are planning to give them a second chance. Let's keep moving forward because the next food might surprise you. It is not only sweet and satisfying, but also supports digestion, reduces inflammation, and has a surprisingly low potassium content compared to other fruits. Now let's take a closer look at papaya. Before we continue, I would really like to get to know you better. Where are you tuning in from, and what is your main health goal right now? If staying active, independent, and healthy as you age matters to you, go ahead and subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a strategy that could help. And if this kind of content makes a real difference for you, type the number 1 in the comments. If not, type 0. Your feedback really shapes what I create next. Let's shift our focus to a fruit that often gets overlooked, yet it can bring significant support to those trying to lower creatinine levels. Papaya is not just sweet and refreshing, it also plays a very active role in easing the kidney's workload. This fruit contains an enzyme called papain, which helps break down protein in your digestive system. That might sound minor, but when protein is not digested well, it creates more waste, and that means more work for your kidneys. So by helping break protein down efficiently, papaya helps reduce the total waste load that ends up in your bloodstream. Have you ever paid attention to how your digestion changes after eating certain fruits? Papaya also has a naturally alkalizing effect on the body. That means it helps balance out acid levels, which is crucial, because too much acid in your blood forces the kidneys to work harder. Over time, an acidic diet can even speed up kidney damage. By including alkalizing foods like papaya, you help reduce that strain. Researchers at Stanford and the American Society of Nephrology have found that people who eat more alkalizing foods tend to show slower progression of kidney disease. That is a powerful reminder that even small changes can really add up. Now let's take a closer look at the nutritional profile of 1 cup of cubed papaya. It offers around 264 milligrams of potassium, which is a low to moderate amount. That makes it a safe choice for many seniors, even those in stage 3 kidney disease, as long as the rest of their diet is balanced. It also delivers 88 milligrams of vitamin C, which is nearly 1.5 times your daily value. This is important because vitamin C is a key antioxidant that helps protect kidney cells from damage caused by oxidative stress. Plus, papaya is about 88% water. That high water content helps hydrate your body and gently supports the kidneys in flushing out waste like creatinine. When buying papaya, go for fruit with mostly yellow or orange skin. That is how you know it is ripe and ready to eat. Green papayas are unripe and much harder to digest. I have seen seniors struggle with bloating or constipation after eating unripe papaya without realizing why. Ripe papaya is soft, but not mushy, and it should not have dark or sunken spots. If you live in the United States, you will likely find Maridol papayas in most stores. These are grown in Mexico, and they are safe, widely available, and usually better priced than smaller varieties. The ideal serving for most seniors is about half of a medium papaya, eaten 3 to 5 times a week. I usually recommend eating it in the morning. It is very gentle on the stomach and stimulates digestion, which is especially helpful if you deal with slower gut motility. And better digestion means less fermentation, less gas, and a more efficient breakdown of the proteins and nutrients you eat later in the day. That adds up to less pressure on your kidneys. Do you usually eat fruit in the morning, or do you prefer it as a snack? Let me know your habits below. One mistake I see often is people reaching for canned papaya. Most of the time, these are packed in syrup, which adds sugar and sometimes preservatives. These can raise blood sugar levels and increase the risk of inflammation, both of which harm the kidneys over time. Fresh or properly frozen papaya is always the better choice. Another issue is trying to eat it before it is ripe. That can actually work against your digestion instead of helping it. Here is a simple way to enjoy papaya that supports both your gut and kidneys. Take half a cup of mashed ripe papaya. Mix it with 1 tablespoon of chia seeds and half a cup of rice milk. Add a dash of cinnamon. Stir it all together and leave it in the fridge overnight. The result is a creamy, kidney-friendly pudding that works as a healthy dessert or a soothing breakfast. In my own practice, I have seen how papaya helps seniors with both slow digestion and high creatinine. When your digestion improves, your protein metabolism also gets better, and that can lead to a more stable creatinine level over time. It is one of those small dietary habits that often makes a big difference after just a few weeks. Keep watching because the final 2 tips are game changers, and there is a good chance you have never come across one of them before. Now we advance to the next food, and it might surprise you. Many people call it boring, but cauliflower is actually one of the most powerful vegetables for kidney health. Let's examine why this bland-looking veggie holds so much value. One of its standout benefits is its ability to help clear out uremic toxins, which tend to build up when kidney function declines. This detox support comes from a compound called indole-3-carbinol, which works through the liver to break down harmful substances in the body, helping the kidneys face less toxic pressure. Have you ever wondered how some vegetables actually assist in managing internal toxins? Cauliflower is also naturally low in potassium, sodium, and phosphorus. These 3 minerals are often restricted in chronic kidney disease, and many people struggle to find satisfying foods that stay within safe limits. 1 cup of cooked cauliflower contains just around 176 milligrams of potassium, making it a much safer choice than starchy vegetables like potatoes or yams, which can easily go over 600 milligrams in a single serving. For anyone trying to manage potassium levels without sacrificing volume in meals, cauliflower really does the job well. Do you usually watch your potassium closely, or are you just starting to learn about it? Now, let's examine its nutritional value more thoroughly. Along with being low in the minerals that strain the kidneys, cauliflower is rich in vitamin C. 1 cup delivers about 92% of the daily requirement, which helps protect kidney cells from oxidative damage. Oxidative stress can accelerate the decline in kidney function, and vitamin C plays a direct role in neutralizing that damage. Plus, cauliflower brings 3.3 grams of fiber per cup. Fiber feeds healthy gut bacteria, which helps reduce the production of nitrogen-based waste products that normally have to be filtered out by the kidneys. Another less talked about benefit is its choline content. Choline is a nutrient that supports methylation, which is a key biochemical process involved in tissue repair and inflammation control. For the kidneys, which often face repeated low-level injury from toxins and blood pressure fluctuations, this repair support is essential. Research from the National Institute of Health shows choline may contribute to better long-term kidney cell health through its role in maintaining healthy DNA and reducing inflammation signals. When choosing cauliflower at the store, always go for heads that are tight and white, with no signs of browning or mushy spots. These signs mean the vegetable is fresh and full of nutrients. While frozen cauliflower is fine, make sure it is flash frozen and contains no added salt or seasonings. Many pre-seasoned cauliflower rice products add unnecessary sodium, which can work against your kidney goals. Do you usually buy fresh produce, or do you find frozen options easier to manage? In my clinical experience, cauliflower has become one of my top recommended potato substitutes, especially for seniors who want to enjoy hearty meals without pushing their sodium or potassium limits too far. Mashed cauliflower, roasted chunks, and even cauliflower-based rice bowls can be filling without being risky. One patient of mine managed to reduce both blood pressure and creatinine by switching from starchy side dishes to seasoned roasted cauliflower 4 times a week. That kind of steady, realistic change is what makes a real difference. If you are thinking about ways to prepare cauliflower, here is a simple and tasty, kidney-friendly bowl you might try. Roast 1 cup of cauliflower in the oven until golden, then mix it with 1/4 cup of cooked quinoa, a small squeeze of lemon, and 1 teaspoon of olive oil. It is light, satisfying, and nourishing for both your kidneys and your gut. Have you tried swapping out potatoes for cauliflower before? Drop a comment below and tell me what dish you made with it. One common mistake I see is overcooking cauliflower. Boiling it too long not only dulls the flavor, but also reduces its vitamin content, especially water-soluble ones like vitamin C. Another issue is covering it in creamy sauces or cheese. While that might seem tasty, it adds a heavy load of sodium and saturated fat, both of which can harm kidney function over time. Keep the seasonings light and fresh instead. Also, do not assume all cruciferous vegetables are high in potassium. That is a very common myth. While some, like Brussels sprouts, do contain more, cauliflower is actually one of the lowest, making it a great option even for those on strict kidney diets. Let me know your thoughts. Have you been avoiding cauliflower, thinking it was not safe for your kidneys? Now we move on to a golden oil that has surprised researchers with its powerful anti-inflammatory properties and can often work better than many over-the-counter medications when it comes to reducing kidney stress. Let's take a more detailed look at olive oil. What makes olive oil so powerful is not just its rich, smooth flavor, but its high content of a compound called oleocanthal. This natural compound works similarly to ibuprofen by helping to reduce inflammation in the body. Inflammation is a major driver of kidney damage, especially in people with high blood pressure or diabetes, so anything that helps lower it can make a big difference. Do you regularly include anti-inflammatory foods in your meals, or is this something new for you? Research from the European Food Safety Authority has shown that olive oil may help lower C-reactive protein, which is a blood marker for inflammation and kidney stress. Elevated C-reactive protein levels often predict faster progression of kidney disease, so controlling it through diet can be a smart move. Extra virgin olive oil does more than soothe inflammation. It also improves the body's ability to absorb fat-soluble vitamins, especially vitamin D. Vitamin D supports calcium balance, bone strength, and even immune function, all of which play a direct or indirect role in kidney health. Now let's examine the nutritional makeup of olive oil in more detail. Just 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil contains about 14 grams of mostly monounsaturated fat. This type of fat is well known for supporting heart health without putting extra pressure on the kidneys. Healthy fat intake is important because it provides a slow, steady energy source that does not cause blood sugar spikes. When blood sugar levels are stable, there is less damage to the tiny blood vessels inside the kidneys. One surprising fact is that olive oil contains 0 potassium and 0 phosphorus, making it one of the few fats that is entirely safe for people who are trying to protect or preserve kidney function. The polyphenols in olive oil are another big benefit. These natural antioxidants help reduce cellular stress and keep your blood vessels flexible and strong. Strong blood vessels mean better blood flow to the kidneys, which allows them to do their job more efficiently. Some high-quality brands can contain 200 to 400 milligrams of polyphenols per kilogram. These levels depend on where and how the olives were harvested, so it is worth choosing your olive oil carefully. Do you already have a trusted brand of olive oil you use at home? Drop a comment below and tell me what you like about it. Now let's talk about how to get the most benefit. The ideal daily amount is about 1 to 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, preferably used raw, drizzling it over roasted vegetables, tossing it with salads, or adding it to cooked quinoa or lentils right before serving can preserve its health protective properties. Heating olive oil at high temperatures can break down the beneficial compounds, so avoid using it for deep frying or high heat cooking. I often recommend people switch from butter or vegetable oils to cold-pressed olive oil, especially those dealing with high blood pressure or chronic inflammation. From my experience, even this one change can lead to more stable blood pressure and better energy levels throughout the day. When shopping for olive oil, look for bottles labeled cold-pressed, extra virgin, and product of Italy or USA. These labels usually signal higher quality and better preservation of nutrients. It is also important that the oil is stored in dark glass bottles, which protect it from light and air exposure. Light or heat can damage the delicate polyphenols, reducing the oil's effectiveness. Light olive oil is not a healthier version. It is actually more processed and stripped of many useful nutrients. Have you been unknowingly using a lower quality oil? One mistake I see far too often is storing olive oil in clear plastic bottles. These bottles let in light, which speeds up oxidation and makes the oil less effective. If you are trying to protect your kidneys, these small details matter. I would love to hear from you. Do you use olive oil every day, or is this a new habit you are thinking about building? Now let's shift our focus to a creamy liquid that is often overlooked but offers a gentle, kidney-safe alternative to dairy and nut-based milks. Let's take a closer look at rice milk. What makes rice milk stand out is how naturally low it is in both potassium and phosphorus. That matters because these two minerals often build up in the blood when kidney function slows down, and keeping them in check is one of the most important things you can do to protect your kidneys. Did you know that even small amounts of extra potassium can affect heart rhythm in people with kidney issues? Rice milk is also non-dairy and non-acidic, which makes it easier on the stomach compared to cow's milk or nut-based milks. Some people with kidney disease already deal with gastrointestinal issues like acid reflux or bloating, and rice milk tends to be much more soothing in those cases. I have seen patients experience real relief from switching over to rice milk in their morning coffee or cereal. It is a simple change, but the benefits can be surprisingly noticeable, especially in seniors who are more sensitive to dietary triggers. Now, let's dig into the nutritional details. 1 cup of unsweetened fortified rice milk contains just about 20 to 40 milligrams of potassium and around 30 milligrams of phosphorus. These levels are very low, which makes rice milk one of the safest milk options for people trying to avoid mineral overload. Most plant-based milks tend to be lower in these minerals, but rice milk falls among the very lowest, which is why it gets recommended so often in kidney-safe diets. Have you checked the label on your milk recently? You might be surprised how much potassium is hiding in some other types. Another big advantage is that many rice milk brands are fortified with nutrients like calcium and vitamin B12. Fortified versions can contain up to 300 milligrams of calcium per cup, which is especially helpful for bone health. When kidney function drops, calcium balance often becomes disrupted, so getting steady amounts from a low-risk source like rice milk can be valuable. Vitamin B12 is just as critical, especially in older adults. It supports nerve health, red blood cell formation, and energy metabolism, all of which can suffer during chronic kidney disease. Are you already using any fortified drinks? If so, which nutrients do you look for? Let's continue with how to use rice milk in your everyday meals. It works really well in cereal, smoothies, and oatmeal. It is neutral in flavor, which means it blends in without clashing with the taste of other ingredients. I often suggest mixing it with foods like papaya or ground flaxseed to boost its nutritional value. Papaya adds more fiber and antioxidants, while flaxseed gives you essential fatty acids. Together, that makes a very kidney-friendly combo. You can also use it to prepare creamy soups or pour it over cooked oats for a softer texture that is gentle on digestion. When choosing rice milk, make sure to look for labels that say unsweetened and fortified with calcium and vitamin B12. Some brands add sugar or processed oils, which can be harmful over time. Also be cautious of gums like carrageenan, which some studies from food safety research groups suggest may irritate the digestive lining. Choosing a clean ingredient list matters, especially when you are drinking it daily. Let me know your thoughts. Do you usually look at the ingredient list when buying milk alternatives? Now let's briefly talk about one caution. Rice milk is very low in protein, usually less than 1 gram per cup. That means it is not the best choice for someone who needs higher protein intake, like those on dialysis. But for early or moderate stages of chronic kidney disease where protein needs are lower, this can actually be helpful. Lower protein reduces strain on the kidneys, which in turn slows the damage. The key is matching your milk choice to your current kidney stage. One of the doctors I regularly collaborate with often says that switching to rice milk is a small but powerful step for seniors with kidney disease. He has seen improvements in digestion, fewer potassium spikes, and less discomfort after meals. I completely agree based on what I've seen in nutritional practice. Drop a comment below if you have tried rice milk or if you are thinking of making the switch. Let's now bring it all together with a short but complete summary. These 5 foods and 1 daily habit are supported by research and commonly used in kidney care. Beets improve kidney filtration by boosting nitric oxide, which relaxes blood vessels and enhances blood flow, helping remove creatinine more efficiently. Papaya offers digestive enzymes while staying low in potassium, easing the load on damaged kidneys. Cauliflower supports nephron health and stays low in harmful compounds like phosphorus and oxalates. Olive oil contains oleocanthal, a natural anti-inflammatory that protects kidneys without the risks of medication. Rice milk is a gentle dairy alternative with very low potassium and phosphorus, and fortified types offer essential calcium and vitamin B12. Daily walking supports blood flow, oxygen delivery, and kidney function. Just 30 minutes a day can show real results. Which one of these will you start with this week? Drop a comment below and stay tuned for the next video.